It seems no matter how old you are, you cannot escape problems when it comes to real estate, because imagine being in a situation where you're older and retired or getting close to retirement and you can't even afford to sell your house and buy another house. But at the same time, you can't afford to keep your house either. This is the situation where many of this generation, especially senior and older people, and homeowners are finding themselves in these days, and this is quite a conundrum. On the flip side, we have many of the younger generation, millennials and Gen Z, can't even afford to buy a house or are scared to buy a house because one, home prices are very expensive, and they are realizing how expensive it will be to keep maintaining this house for years and years to come. I want to share a few stories I came across of homeowners who are in this situation where they are approaching retirement. They cannot afford to keep their house. They want to move to a different house, but they're not able to do so. So let's talk about Kim. Kim Case is a 67-year-old homeowner who lives in Parsippany, New Jersey. She bought her house back in the early 2000s for $245,000, and now the house is worth more than $700,000. She has a lot of equity in it, but she's having a hard time keeping up with the house or even deciding to move into another house. She planned to downsize and buy a small home all cash and retire comfortably, but she's struggling to find an affordable home in a nicer neighborhood just like the current neighborhood, and she's unable to find such a neighborhood. She's upset that all her friends and family are going on vacation, spending money, and she's stuck in the house, cannot go anywhere because she's low on cash, she's on fixed income, so she has to stay home and live stringently. She is equity rich. She has a lot of equity in the homes. It is not quite paid off yet, but all the money is in her equity. She does not have liquid cash, so she is stuck in the house. And to buy another house, she has to sell her house. Keep in mind that if she sells her house, pulls out the equity and buys another house, she could be able to do that, but several things happen. Number one, she cannot find the house that she likes in her neighborhood that she lives with because home prices have skyrocketed, so she's going to pay a lot of money for that house. Number two, the property tax will be sky high because her purchase price will go up, her insurance cost will go up, and if she has to get a loan, she's going to have to pay 6 or 7%, and she may have 2 or 3 or 4% if she refinanced it. So all these situations puts her in a dilemma. Should she sell or should she stay where she is? By the way, her kids stay with her and she does not want their lives disrupted. She wants them with her as well. If she stays in the house and if she wants to remodel or do an addition, her other solution could be she can pull a HELOC loan, which is the home equity line of credit, or she can refinance and cash out. Just pull out cash enough that she needs to remodel or do an add-on, but she does not want to go through all that and create another payment. She is on a fixed income and a limited income, and she does not want any additional payments anymore at this age. Keep in mind that if she decides to remodel or do some updating, it's going to be very expensive. And furthermore, she does not have any cash. She has to refinance or pull a HELOC to get that. Construction in 2025, there are challenges and opportunities. On the other hand, as you know, on top of all these expenses, there's one additional thing that's really hindering the retirement life. It's making it very difficult, and that is the healthcare cost, especially for older adults sacrificing basic needs due to healthcare cost. Before, the healthcare costs 10-15 years ago were here. Now they're here. So the seniors and people who have medical issues have to cut back on foods and vacation and daily lifestyle just to pay for their healthcare bills. So that's another addition hindering a happy, safe, peaceful retirement life in the house they want or in the neighborhood they want. Comment below what your situation is. Are you going to buy another house? Are you going to stay in the house? Or are you thinking about renting and invest the difference? Let us know. This situation reflects a broader trend among baby boomers who, despite significant home equity, face challenges in downsizing due to high property values and limited affordable housing options. It's a poignant reminder of the complexities many retirees encounter when balancing financial planning with personal and familial considerations. We recommend that you talk to an accountant or a financial planner or other experts to see what's best for you in your situation in this particular times. Here's another example of Meg. I feel trapped. How home ownership has become a nightmare for many Americans. Scores in the US say they're grappling with raised mortgage and loan interest rates and exploding insurance premiums. I bought my home in a hurry in 2020, said Meg, 60, an office manager from Maryland. It was less expensive to take on a mortgage loan than keep paying ever-increasing rents for my college student daughter and me. Here's another example of a single lady who lives in Sherman Oaks, California in the valley. She bought her home in 1994 for $245,000 and today's value is approaching about $1.3 million. That means she has a lot of equity in it, but she's having a hard time keeping up with the house. She has not done anything. It's a 75-year-old house. She has not kept up with it. It needs a lot of updating. She has a partner who stays with her, but they're not willing to help them either. So the question for her is, should she sell this house for 1.3, use the equity and buy another one, or can she use her equity, pull out equity or refinance, cash out refinance, 100,000, 200,000, whatever she needs to fix it up and just stay in there? But the question is, she wants to move to a different area, maybe near her kids or maybe near a hospital or maybe near her grandkids. We don't know in this situation, but in that case, she cannot move because any house she buys today is going to cost her at least $1 million, even though it's a smaller home. And adding salt to injury, if she does that, her property taxes, her insurance, and moving cost, all that is going to take a bite out of her equity. So she has to decide whether she wants to stay in the house, upgrade it, and deal with it, or does she want to lose some cash and move into a different area, or maybe move right out of California and go to Montana or Utah or Texas or North Carolina where homes are much cheaper. But that's a decision that puts her in a dilemma. Family, neighbors, friends, whether give it all up and move somewhere or just stay there. What a situation she is in. In 2018, I was in a similar situation. I wanted to move to a single-story home and I always wanted a view home. But in 2018, I have a 4 bedrooms, 3 bath home. I bought it in 1996, so I have a lot of equity. So I almost sold the house, but then I realized that if I sell my house and buy another house, several things happen. Number one, I have a 3% fixed rate. I refinanced in 2016 for a 15-year mortgage. So I have a 3% loan. So I knew that if I sell this house and buy another house, which was going to cost me quite a lot, I had to get a mortgage rate. And at that time, the rates were 5 or 6%. So my payments will go higher. One of the biggest things that stopped me from buying is the property taxes. Right now, I'm paying around $6,000 a year on my property tax. Even though my house is worth over $1 million, I pay $245,000 for it. My assessed value is low as far as property taxes goes. This is how California taxes work in different states. You might have different ways of paying property taxes. But if I would have bought another house, let's say for $1 million, a single-story view home, then one, I would have to pay a higher mortgage rate than 3%. So that was a no-no for me. But the biggest no-no was if I would have bought $1 million home or a 1.2 home, single-story view home up on a hill, then my property tax would have jumped from $6,000 that I'm paying here to almost $12,000 to $15,000 per year. And that was the number one factor that stopped me from moving. So what I did instead was I had some money left over. So I did remodel my house. I changed the kitchen, the bathroom, did some landscaping, etc. But I did not repair as much as I wanted to. In fact, for the last 4 or 5 years, I have not fixed some of the things because the construction cost is very high. The labor cost is very high. The market has been very hot. So all the homeowners and the home sellers have been remodeling and remodeling. So the contractors are charging you an arm and a leg. So I've been holding off. Even though I can remodel, I haven't done so. And I'm waiting for the remodeling costs and labor costs to go down. And guess what? That's not going to happen. So I'm in the same situation where I wanted to move, but now I'm stuck over here. The good thing is I have a bedroom and a bathroom downstairs. And one of the main reasons I wanted to move to a single-story home is as I get older, I wanted to stay in a single-story home, but I do have a bedroom and a bath downstairs. The other thing I considered for not moving is if I sold this house and assume that I'm not a realtor, although I'm a realtor, it would have costed me $60,000 to $70,000 in closing costs, commissions, escrow, etc. from selling this. And then when I would have bought a house, it would have cost me $10,000, $15,000 additional to buy a house. Then I would have had moving cost. But the other thing that stopped me from not buying another house and selling is that if I would have sold this house and I had so much equity gain or capital gain, and in California and nationwide, we have no taxes on the first $250,000 gain if there's a single person. In my situation, I'm married. So up to $500,000, I would have not have paid any capital gains tax. But because I have so much equity and my home prices have gone so high, on the balance, I would have paid almost 30 to 35% in taxes, or maybe 20%. So I would have lost a lot of money in closing costs, escrow fees, commissions, moving costs. On top of that, I would have lost gains tax, and I would have lost where my interest rate and payments would have gone up. So that's why I stopped it. And this situation is stopping a lot of seniors because our income at certain point, it goes up and up and up, but there's a time where it starts leveling off or you become in a fixed income. So your whole situation about moving or not moving becomes tense. And that's where I am today, like many other homeowners that could not move. In the last 5 years, most of the homeowners have gained almost 50% more equity than in the last 10, 15 years. Home values have really gone up. So home equity is very high in most of the homeowners. If you look at this chart, homeowners have a lot of equity right now. Your equity grows as you pay down your home loan and as home prices increase. With home prices rising again, your equity is going an extra boost. The situation is though, how do you get to that equity? You're stuck. You don't have the liquid cash. So to buy a house or to do any remodel, you need cash money. And today, a lot of the homeowners are cash poor, but house rich. 1 in 5 homeowners feel house rich but cash poor. Here is the illusion of downsizing. Many retirees assume they could sell their homes and buy something cheaper. In reality, home prices and interest rate, 7% and rising, make it very difficult. And moving to a less desirable area or renting may be necessary, but many resist doing that. There are also emotional barriers by selling your home or not being able to sell the home or not being able to remodel a house. Selling a long-time home means letting go of memories and possessions. Many are reluctant to downgrade their lifestyle, even if it's the financially smart move. And fear of losing community, friends, and familiar surroundings is a no-no. For those homeowners that have been in their house for 20, 30 years like myself and going to be there for the next 10, 20, 30 years, the dilemma is that now that the house is older, we need to keep updating it. We have to change the dishwasher, we have to change the stoves, we have to change the styles, the lawnmower, the trees and the shrub. It's an ongoing process and the expenses keep going up and up and up. Labor cost is going up. Anything to fix today is very expensive. A plumbing call is $100 minimum in Southern California just to come and check out what the problem is. And then you have the repair bills. Older home requires expensive repairs, HVAC system, pools, landscaping, and furthermore, unexpected costs make it even harder for retirees to stay in their homes for the long term. And even if they want to do it themselves, they may have medical issues and they cannot fix it themselves. So for a small little thing that they have to fix, they have to call somebody, and that's $100 out the door just for the first hour. The golden age of home ownership is over. The baby boomers had the advantage of buying their home very, very low and they had strong job markets. But today, the younger buyers are having a hard time buying homes. First of all, they cannot afford to buy it. They're so high. Their salaries are fixed. Income have not gone up. And the interest rates are so high that even if they could afford it, they have to add additional high expenses like insurance costs. Newer homes have high association fees. Then we have these skyrocketing property taxes that are jumping. So if I'm a younger person or a millennial, I have to look into those considerations because today almost 30, 40, 50% of the paycheck goes towards household expenses. Used to be that only 20, 30% used to go towards household expenses, principal, interest, tax, insurance, homeowners association, maintenance. Now it's almost 40, 50% depending on what area you live in. So if I'm a home buyer, especially if I'm a younger buyer, do I want to live paycheck by paycheck and struggling lifestyle, or should I just want to rent and wait until I can really afford the home and have a big chunk of down payment to reduce my cost? If you are a homeowner nearing retirement, you may want to consider selling your home sooner than later to avoid any financial stress or even physical stress when it comes to maintenance and upgrading. Be realistic about your lifestyle. Smaller homes or different locations may be necessary, and if you have to do it, you may have to bite the bullet. The other option could be that you want to rent, sell your home, put all your equity in a savings or investment account, rent it. So this way, by renting, you don't have any maintenance cost, you don't have any insurance cost, you don't have any property tax cost. So you'll be saving all those, and the difference that you make, you could invest to keep your income going as you age further and further. Another new trend when it comes to homeowners, seniors, homeowners trying to move is they're even moving out of the country. I've known of seniors, or read report of seniors moving into Portugal or Thailand or other countries where the lifestyle to live is very cheap or much cheaper. Buying a house is very cheap. Food expenses is very cheap. Living expenses is very cheap. So even if you're on a fixed income, $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month, if it's a social security or pension or whatever, you'll be living freely without any hassles in a different country if you are able to do that, and if you are willing to let go of your family and your friends and your community and the lifestyle that you have. And some of them are forced to do that, and they are doing that. At the end of this video, I have a link to Trump's housing plan will change everything now. Are you ready? Please watch it. So right now, whether you're young, whether you bought a house or you've had your home for 30, 40 years, everybody is struggling making payments and keeping up with the updates. That's the new reality. Flexibility and adjusting expectations are key to financial stability in today's market. The housing market is unsustainable in its current state and will likely shift in the coming years. The idea that home ownership leads to an easy retirement is becoming outdated.